Chapter 8 More on Scratch. Scratch is one of the easiest programming languages. It is used to create exciting programs, animation, and interactive stories. It is a platform available for free download. It is used to create animated stories, games, projects, and so on. It is an interactive platform to create programs by dragging blocks of code. Scratch 3.0 is the latest version of Scratch, which was publicly launched on January 2nd, 2019. Components of Scratch 3.0 window. The main components of the Scratch platform are described here. Menu bar. It is the topmost bar of the Scratch window. It provides users with the option to save, open, and edit a project. Sprite. Sprite is a small graphical character that follows the commands given in a program. It can be of any shape, size, and color. Scratch provides a number of inbuilt sprites. Cat is the default sprite in Scratch. Stage. It is the white area where a sprite performs the actions. In this area, sprite moves when we hit the green flag, which denotes go action. The stage area is divided into X and Y coordinates, which determine the position of the sprite. Code blocks. In Scratch, blocks are puzzle pieces used to create projects. It contains various types of blocks that are used to program a sprite. Script. A script is created by joining blocks of either the same or different categories. It is used to program a sprite. It should have at least 2 blocks. Script area. The blocks are dragged and dropped in the script area to create a script. A script can also be called a program. Add extension. In Scratch 3.0, you can add extensions of other blocks. You can program characters to speak in other languages with the Google Translate extension, or to talk out loud with the Amazon text-to-speech extension. You can even program characters to respond to your body movements using your webcam and the video sensing extension. The Add Extension button is in the bottom left corner of the Scratch window. Sprite List. It is located just below the stage. It shows the thumbnails and names of the sprites used in a project. Always remember that it only shows the sprites, not the costumes. The costumes will only be displayed below the Costumes pane. Green flag. The green flag button is located above the stage. It is used to run the script, but only when the block is placed at the top of the script. Current sprite information. Here you will find the name and picture of the current sprite together with its XY position, direction, and size. Tabs. These tabs allow you to both see and change the current sprite scripts, costumes, and sounds. The Code tab shows you any scripts that currently exist, as well as blocks to develop new scripts pertaining to the current sprite. The Costumes tab allows you to create from scratch or from a file, edit, or copy a costume. A costume is the visual image of the sprite on screen. Sprites can have multiple costumes and use scripts to change between them. The Sounds tab displays the sounds of current sprite. Choose Sprite buttons. Using these buttons, choose a new sprite from a file. You can paint a new sprite, get a surprise, random sprite, or upload a sprite. Types of blocks in Scratch. Changing the backdrop of the stage. There are 4 buttons that are used to add a backdrop to the stage. You can choose a backdrop from the library, paint a new backdrop, add a surprising backdrop, or upload a picture to add it as a backdrop. Let us see how these buttons work. Choose a backdrop. Click on the Choose a Backdrop button next to the Choose a Sprite icon. The Choose a Backdrop dialog box appears. Click on any category and select the desired backdrop. Notice the selected backdrop appears on the stage. Paint. To paint a new backdrop, follow these steps. Click on the Paint button. The Paint Editor window appears. The left pane has the tools that you can use to paint, and the painted background appears on the right pane. Using the tools and the color palette, paint a background. The painted background appears in the backdrop of Sprite. Surprise! To have random backdrop from Scratch's folders, follow these steps. Click on the Surprise button. A random backdrop image appears. Click again on the Surprise button to change random background again, and so on for any number of times. Upload backdrop. To import an image for backdrop from device, follow these steps. Click on the Upload Backdrop button. A dialog box appears. Select the desired image from any folder on the device. Click on Open. The selected image appears in the backdrop of Sprite. Changing the backdrop. Now that you have learned that you can add or paint a backdrop for your project, let us create a project where you can change backdrop while running a script. Open a new project in Scratch. Delete the cat sprite and add a desired sprite. Click on the stage thumbnail in the Sprite's info pane. Click on Backdrops tab on top left corner. Add Beach Malibu and Beach Rio as Backdrop 1 and Backdrop 2 option respectively from the Outdoors folder. The Backdrops tab appears similar to as shown. Note: to delete a backdrop from the list, you can click on the Delete button. Now, click on the Code tab to create a script for the backdrop as shown here. Now, choose the sprite from the sprite list. Click on the Code tab to create a script for the sprite as shown here. Click on the Go button and see how the sprite moves on the stage and the background changes. In this way, you can add multiple sprites and backgrounds in a project and execute them. Using Motion Block. The Motion Block menu has the blocks that enable a sprite to move, rotate, change positions, and turn on the stage. When you create a script for the backdrop, the Motion Block menu becomes empty. This is because you cannot move or turn the backdrop. The Motion Block menu has blocks that add movement to a sprite on the stage. Some commonly used blocks from the Motion Block menu are. Now let us use some of the blocks from the Motion Block menu and create a project in Scratch. Open the Scratch window. The cat sprite appears on the stage. The Motion Block menu list is already open. Click on the blocks from the list and place it one after the other as shown. Now you have created a script to program the cat sprite. To run the script, click on any block in the script. Notice when you place the mouse pointer on the script's or blocks, the mouse pointer changes to a hand icon. To run the script multiple times, you can again click on the script. Observe that the cat sprite moves in circular motion. Setting the position of a sprite. A sprite can be moved anywhere on the stage. You can do it manually as well as by writing a script for a sprite. But can you tell the exact position of a sprite? Not exactly. For knowing the exact position of a sprite on the Scratch stage, you must learn and understand the stage coordinate system. The default size of Scratch stages 480 pixels wide and 360 pixels high. The stage has an invisible grid which is formed with X and Y coordinates. Each point on the stage is indicated by a specific value for its X and Y coordinates. The center point of the stage is called origin. The value of X and Y coordinates at this location is 0. No more. A pixel is the smallest unit of a picture or a graphic. To check the X and Y positions of the sprite, move the sprite in any direction on the stage. Notice the change in X and Y coordinates, which is displayed in the bottom right corner below the stage. To learn how you can set the exact desired value for X and Y coordinates using the blocks, let us create a project. In this project, you will make a sprite glide on the stage. Motion block menu has the required blocks that will help you create such a Scratch project. Follow the steps to do the same. Open a new project in Scratch and remove the cat sprite from the stage. Insert the ballerina sprite from the Choose a Sprite gallery. Create a script as shown here and change the values in the blocks accordingly. Click on the green flag to run the script. Notice the sprite changes its position and glides on the stage as per the specified values. The looks block. Looks blocks are used to control the appearance of a sprite. You can also make a sprite move and draw something using the blocks from the looks block menu. You can also make a sprite say using a speech bubble to show text on the stage. Here are some common blocks from this category. Now, let us create a project on it. Open a new project in Scratch. Change the backdrop to jungle as shown here. Create a script for the cat sprite using the blocks from different blocks list. From the looks block menu, use the say for seconds block in the script. This block allows the sprite to say the text in the speech bubble for the given number of seconds. By default, hello is written inside the white editable field of the block. You can replace the existing text with the new one. The sprite will say the same text on the stage. Observe that the sprite will move and say hello on the stage. Working with multiple sprites. You have now learned about different ways in which you can add a sprite on the stage. Let us now learn how to add multiple sprites in a Scratch project and create scripts for them. To do this, follow these steps. Open a new project in Scratch. Click on the Choose a Sprite button and add any two sprites of your choice on the stage. You can position sprites anywhere on the stage by clicking and dragging them. Your stage may look like this. You can create a script for one sprite and then click on another sprite in the sprites list and create a script for the second sprite. Note that when one sprite is selected, the script for another sprite is hidden. You can make changes or add or delete blocks in any script by selecting the corresponding sprite. Now, first select the cat sprite which is added on the stage by default. Create a script for it similar to as shown. Now, click on the second sprite. You will observe that a new blank script area appears in the same project. You can create the script for this sprite similar to as shown. Both the scripts have block. This block belongs to the Events block menu. Now, click the Go button. Both the scripts will execute together. You will observe that cat sprite will move towards dog sprite and say hello, while the dog sprite will say hello, staying at his position as shown. Pen block. Click on the Add Extension button at the bottom right corner and select the pen option to add pen code blocks at the bottom of the block code menu. The pen block menu enables the sprite to draw and stamp themselves as it moves within the stage area following the codes. You can add or remove the pen from the stage, increase the pen size, change the pen color and shade. When the sprite moves on the stage, the pen block in the script enables it to draw on the stage. Some commonly used blocks of the pen block menu are: let us use these blocks to create a script for the sprite. Open a new project in Scratch. Click on the Add Extension button at the bottom left and then click on Pen. Drag and drop the blocks to create a script. You can change the wide editable fields of the blocks. Make sure that the turn degrees block has the correct value, else the circle will not be properly drawn. Keep clicking on the script till the sprite draws a colorful circle as shown here. Adding voice and music in a Scratch project. In Scratch 3.0, you can make a sprite speak in different voices using the text-to-speech extension. You can also add music to your project with the help of Music extension. To add voice and music in a Scratch project, do as follows. Click on the Add Extension button present at the bottom of the Blocks menu pane. Choose an extension gallery appears as shown here. Create the Blocks tag as shown here. Motion block, move, steps. Text-to-speech extension. Set voice to speak. Make the changes in the blocks as shown here. Music extension. Play drum, 4 beats. Change tempo by. Edit as shown here. Click anywhere on the script to run the project. Notice the output on the stage. Note: to add voice using the text-to-speech blocks in a project, make sure your computer is connected to internet.
Quick recall. Scratch is one of the easiest programming languages which is used to create exciting programs, animation, and interactive stories. The main components of the Scratch platform are menu bar, sprite, stage, code blocks, script, and script area. Sprite is a small graphical character that follows the commands given in a program. The motion block menu has the blocks that enable a sprite to move, rotate, and turn on the stage. Looks blocks allow to control the appearance of a sprite. The pen block menu enables the sprite to draw and stamp themselves as it moves within the stage area following the codes. The default size of Scratch stage is 480 pixels wide and 360 pixels high. Text-to-speech extension is used to make a sprite speak in different voices.